Good day, fellow observers. Today we're going to continue our hospital edition testing for version 13.2.9. We are headed to North Shore University Hospital in Manhasset. It is a 23-minute drive, 8.1 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so we are backing up. And we are... Okay, so here again, it's a slight pause. Not too long though, so I think that's good. But the other times, it kind of pauses for a longer time, so which kind of gives some uncertainty on why was that and being unsure of FSD. So there's that psychology component. Okay, so we have blind spots here. Now I'm trying to see if things are looking good. Okay, good. Okay, good. So this is where the psychology of FSD usage comes into play, is that if during the drive there is a recurring thing, like for example, this is an example from version 12. And actually, let me just, okay, good. So this testing that we're doing, we're crossing an all-way. I have muted the navigation, and just to give a different angle of an FSD drive without navigation instructions. I mean, I just muted it. There is still navigation here on the screen, but yeah, just want to put it out there. And going back to psychological component of FSD, I used to remember in version 12 where it was unsure of the lane changes that it does, to the point that it didn't happen only once. It happens like several times during the drive, and so when another lane change attempt is happening, I kind of doubt FSD at that time already, and so what happens is I would just disengage every time, unless it's like a clear-cut, super easy what do you call this? Super easy turn. So that is something that I just want to put out, because I'm not sure if it's only me or if it's an experience of other people as well. So if you have that experience of kind of doubting FSD because of previous behaviors during the drive, not talking about previous like drive from yesterday, but like the current drive that you have, because of multiple issues, like, do you lose confidence on FSD or not? So please let me know in the comments below. So now going back, we are on a red light and we are just waiting. So as I'm gonna keep talking here about the hospital edition testing. So I already have 3 tests for hospital edition. So this is the third one, and the second one in Long Island. So I might do more. I know that I'm gonna do one in the Bronx and maybe 2 in the city, and I'm going to maybe stop there, but I'll see if there's still other locations like in Staten Island and Brooklyn. So yeah, now we continue advancing here, and for the remaining hospital edition testing, I am going to mute the navigation, and just so we could see how it feels like with no navigation. It's just straight on FSD drive, and then my comments here and there. So we are exiting here to 85th Road. We're making a right and then head to Grand Central Parkway. Okay, so good adjustment here for this bus that's picking up a passenger. Now we make a right here and then head to make this left. Okay, good. And usually this yield sign here, it's an easy case because it's seldom that there are vehicles that are coming. So just like now. Now we continue advancing here and merge. Okay, good. Oh, okay, so that was slowed down. But before the slowdown, FSD I think was thinking of moving to the middle lane. But anyway, in 0.5 miles, we are exiting to I-295 north. So I think we'll just stay here until we exit. That's a postponed lane change there. So we're heading to exit 21. Okay, so multiple postponed lane changes. So I think this is the one that should matter. Okay, good. So we are on Clearview Expressway and we are going to exit immediately in 1.1 miles to Long Island Expressway. So now we're merging here, very straightforward, no cars from behind. Okay, good. Now we're into the middle lane. Okay, nice. And now we're passing a lane. Okay, good. So in 0.8 miles, we will exit to 4EW. Okay, good. Slow down here. Okay, FSD is waiting for that SUV to pass. And then there's another SUV here. It's passing. Okay, good. And I think we're going in. Alright. So you see here, there are trucks or vehicles from the right side. If I'm driving here, I usually stay on the middle lane and not on this right lane because all of those vehicles are actually going to merge. But anyway, I just thought about it. We're exiting, so we actually have to move to the right lane. So that's just an FYI. If you're going straight, it's better to stay on the middle lane at that time. And now we head to exit 4E. Okay, so there's construction here. And you see the truck is so close to this barricade here. And then now we are merging. I think the SUV from behind is giving way, so shout out to that SUV. Okay, so far FSD, and for the most part for version 13.2.9, and I think for most of version 13, it's actually good with just following the traffic, like in this kind of situation. And also for the most part as well with lane changes. It's rare that I see or I intervene, but it still happened though. Like the one example that I could think of would be in my Van Cortlandt Park test for my Bronx edition for version 13.2.8, where FSD was trying to move to the middle lane, but there was an advancing SUV that, to my vantage point, is not slowing down. And so I was very concerned about that, and so I disengaged. And also, just an FYI as well, I test FSD, and of course I wouldn't be using FSD if I didn't like it. So I like the tech, but I'm still on the cautious side, because it's much better to disengage early instead of risking that FSD was wrong. So because the onus is still on the driver, and so that's kind of the thing that needs to be pointed out, that if you use FSD and if you feel at any point that you need to disengage, then go ahead and do so, because safety is very important, and also the tech also is not perfect. So it's always good to have an alert mind while it is activated, and just not let FSD do its thing without trying to understand where it should go and what needs to happen at that point from a driving perspective. So just want to give a travel update. We are 2.5 miles away, and we are exiting to exit 33. So now we are moving to the middle lane. Okay, I mean, very roomy, so that was straightforward. And then this SUV is merging. Okay, FSD slowed down smoothly. So I think for the most part 13.2.9 is very good at handling that case. Okay, FSD is just giving way for this van. Okay, good adjustment here as well for this van merging. Okay, good slow down here. Slow down here as well. Okay, so now we're going to move to the next right lane. Okay, we should have room. Okay, good. we are exiting in 0.8 miles to exit 33. So I can see exit 32. Alright, good. Now good lane change to the right lane. So now we're crossing the border of Nassau County and Queens. Okay, is this right? Is this also the ramp? Okay, good. I think it is. Because sometimes FSD would assume that this could also be the off-ramp, but turns out no. So I was kind of wary that FSD is doing that. So at least it's good that it is. Now we are going to make a left in 0.4 miles, which is after this light. And now we're moving to the next right lane, which is heading straight. Okay, we do have a green, so we should be advancing soon. Okay, we won't make it. Now we advance. So we make a left here, but we do have a red light. Okay, so now we're turning left. So we're advancing here on green, and we are 2 minutes away, 0.5 miles. We are making a right. So it should be moving to the right lane. So actually, let me give a comment here. So this is where sometimes I get antsy, where it's so close, but FSD doesn't move and position itself. For example, to make a right turn, it doesn't always make a lane change early, and so that's just one of my thoughts, where that's what do you call this? Where I sometimes think, okay, so now we just cut that thought and just comment here. FSD moved to the right lane, and that was a bit on the shorter, like short notice side, but it was able to find a room, and that's still good. Now the thing is, my preference would have been to make a lane change early. Okay, so wait, okay, so is it entering to the emergency department? Okay, so now let me just disengage here. Alright, so that's that, and I disengaged. So now let me just give my takeaways. Okay, so I started FSD and it was able to move out After that, it was able to make a left on stop, and I was also careful about the blind spot, and so I've checked it several times and it looked good to me, and so that's good. In addition, FSD made a left to 188th Street, and before that crossed an all-way, so that was good as well. Went to 188th Street, advanced, crossed on green, and then headed to Grand Central. And then also there was a bus before going to Grand Central, so it adjusted there, and then went to the service road, and then merged to Grand Central, and exited to, forgot which number, but it went to Clearview Expressway. FSD was able to find its way out and make some necessary adjustments to move to the right lane and then exit, although there were some postponed lane changes. Then it went to Clearview, merged, and also went to the middle lane, and it stayed there. After that, FSD, close to the exit to I-495 Long Island Expressway, it moved to the right lane after letting two SUVs pass, and then merged to I-495. And then after that, FSD was able to merge and give way for SUVs, and then exited towards Lakeville Road Community Drive. I think that was the exit's name. So this is close to Queens, which is kind of close to the boundary. It made a left here to, what street is this? I forgot the street, but went left here, and then the location, destination is on the right. And as I said, FSD, sometimes it's on time on making a lane changes for a right turn or destinations on the right, but for this one, I preferred for it to really do it earlier, but it did not. It's like almost there, and then it just moves to the... So that's something that I am just commenting because it's in my head, but I'm not so sure if I verbalized or articulated that during my tests. So overall, I think it's still reasonable drive, and there's some here and there thoughts that I wish FSD would do, but still it was okay. We're able to go to the destination, arrive, and actually FSD, so for this test, it went to the emergency department. So there was an emergency department there, and this is the first time FSD went to it, because to Elmhurst, going to Elmhurst Hospital Center, it didn't go to the emergency department. And then also to NYU Langone in Long Island, it didn't go to the emergency department. So it went to the lobby instead, the lobby entrance. So those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!